మంచిగా చేయగలుగుతాను.
Good evening, everyone. I think only 9 people has joined. Uh, let's wait for 2 more minutes and see anybody will join. We will start the class after 5:34. Okay. Today we'll discuss about like mode 2 operators. In the last class we discussed about operators, right? So we will discuss two more operators, two or three mostly, and after the operators we will discuss about functions. Okay, functions and methods, and we will wait for 2 more minutes for our fellow students. Let them join. Okay, just 2 minutes. Okay, then let's start the class. So we'll move on to our space. Okay, let me share my screen. This is just been recording, right? Meeting recording is in progress. Share window workshop. Is my screen visible to everyone? Let me know, Nana, through the chat, or let me give you a thumbs up symbol so that is my screen visible to everybody? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Then we will go and start our. Okay. Uh, we are done with the operators, right? Like we discussed about arithmetic operators, what is an operator. Okay, just operators are nothing but the symbols and the keywords, right? To perform any operations mathematically or logically or any operators, any operations we use is operators. Okay, We discussed on that day arithmetic operators. We use arithmetic operators for mathematical operations, and we have a relational operator also. Okay, here I discussed about the relational operators. It will compare the two values and it will give the output in the true or false. Okay, these are the relational operators like equals to, not equals to, greater than. Okay, we can call it as a comparison operators also. And we have logical operators, okay, which are nothing but and or logical not. And we have discussed about the assignment operators also. Okay, I have explained that in the class by using increment and decrementing the values before assigning. Okay, assigning parameters which we get used in the to assign the value to any variable. Okay, now we have two more operators. I will create one more class here, so it will, okay, shows the basics. And I will create the class name as urinary and ternary. Okay, just ignore the class name. uh, Here I will, today we will discuss about the unary operator. This is where mostly we use in the increment like for loops. Okay, when we use the for loops, we will use most of this unary operators. Okay, so these are used to increment, like to increase the value. Okay, to increase the value or to decrease the value. Okay, if a has a value of a 10, so we want to increase that value, we use a unary operator. Okay, like incrementing or decrementing, or we can use that. Okay, we have different operators in the unary. Let me do that in comments. Okay, so we have the plus. Okay, this is unary plus. Unary plus means like I will explain here, right? Okay, unary plus. This will, yeah. When you use this unary plus in before the variable, like you have the variable call as, say here I'm declaring one variable integer a equals to like 10. Okay, like 10. Now, when you use this unary plus before the variable, like I am keeping the plus before the variable call a. Okay, before the variable call a. So what it will gives us means a equals to 10. It will just give the positive. Okay, now it will be stored as a 10 value. What if you want to give the negative, means this is called it as unary minus. Okay, minus. So it will give it as a equals to, okay, we use here minus, right? So I will take that in the brackets so that you can get confused. Okay, and it will give us minus. So basically it defines as uh, it is used for increase. Okay, used for incrementing and decrementing, and finally negating. Okay, this is a, okay. Now we have increment value. Increment means we use a double plus symbol, so this is called as increment. So what it will do to our variable is it will increase the value by 1. Okay, it will increase the value by 1. See, before we have, right, before the variable, so first it will add the number, then only it will give, means it will get the answer as 11. Okay, Why? Because it will first add the number to our variable, which is nothing but a. Like here, it functions as 1 plus 10. Okay. Here it adds a one value to our variable before. Okay. So next we have the minus minus. Okay. This is call it as a decrement. Okay. Decrement minus minus a. Here we will get the output as 9, because whatever the variable, the value stored in this variable, it will get minus. Okay, we get minus. This is an a unary operators, and we have one more operator called it as just these. We use it for only incrementing the values and decrementing and if the negative. Okay, next. Next, we have the ternary operator. This is an important operator. Mostly with this operator, most of the interview questions will be arise. Okay, and it is a simple one. Okay, three operator. Ternary operator. It's a like if else conditions. Like based on the conditions, it will give the output. Okay, and we can call it as a shortcut of shorthand. Okay, shorthand of if else. Okay, uh, if else is nothing but the conditional statements. We will go through these conditional statements in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's not, mostly in the next coming classes. If else conditions. Okay, ternary operator is nothing but ternary. Based on the conditions, it will give the result. Okay, like I will give the syntax for that. See, here I'm writing the syntax for this means first we will place the condition. Okay, now here I'm placing the condition. So this is an operator symbol, question mark. Okay, this is an operator, and based on this condition, if this condition is true, then only it will return the value of 1. Like okay, value of 1. If not, if the condition is false, then it will return the value of 2. Okay, this is a example. Sorry, this is a syntax actually, and I will provide you one example. Like see, I will provide one example. Like see, if integer a equals to some 6, okay, and b equals to some 15. Okay, these are the two variables I am initializing the. Okay, I am initializing, and I'm checking whether in this both the numbers which one is minimum. Okay, so I will take as minimum or max. Okay, max equals to check the condition which number, which variable is max. What we'll do, we will do like if a is greater than b. Okay, a is greater than b. So this is a condition actually. If a is greater than b, a is greater than b, then obviously which is the maximum number between a and b? A is greater than b. This condition will result as a is a greater one. Okay, so then we use this operator, and if this condition is true, then it will give the result as a. Okay, the value of a. If the condition is wrong, like here the condition is wrong, right? Okay, then what it means? It means the b value is higher than the a value. So here we will print it as a second value. Okay, and end with a semicolon. This is how we use the ternary operator to check the condition. Based on the condition, we will give the output. Like see, to print the maximum number between these two values, here I have given the condition as a is greater than b. Here I am checking if a is greater than b. If a is greater than b, then it will return the value which is stored in the a. If not, it will return the value in the b. So we will check, we will try to print that program so that you get it public. We'll write the main method, public static void main string array x. Okay, now see here I will declare a equals to, here a equals to 6 and b equals to some 15. Okay, I have initialized two values for the two variables. Now in the integer max, okay, in the integer max I'm checking in between these two variables which is greater than. So for that I'm taking a is greater than b. If a is greater than b, I'm using ternary operator and I'm saying if this condition is true, if a is greater than b, then return the a as a maximum value because a is greater than b. If a is less than, if a is not greater than b, then it, this condition becomes false, so it has to return the b as a greater number. Okay, now we will check whether what number it will print it out in our console. System dot out dot print ln of max. Okay, print ln of max, uh, maximum number is, okay, and end with a semicolon. Now we will run this program once. See, run as Java application. See here it giving it is returning the p value because why, here the condition, here the condition was false, so it returning the second value 2 based on the condition. Based on the condition, this ternary operator will return the value whether it has to send the first value or second value. If the condition is true, then it will return the first value. Like see here, I will write as 25 and we will save it and we will run it again. Run as Java application. See it returning the value, okay, which is nothing but a value. Why in this case the, okay, in this case it returns the value as a true, so when it's true it returns a value of 1. Okay, this is the best example mostly. Okay, based on this we use this ternary operator, and we have some special operators also, so those operators are no need for us, you can ignore those things. And based on these operators I have sent it to you, right? This document, day 3 document. So there you have one program, so by using ternary operator you can practice that in your meantime. Okay, now next we will discuss with, okay, next we will discuss with our, we'll go to, I will create one package here now, so I will explain it as some methods, method classes. Okay, let me finish it. In this I will create one class and the class as method. Okay, and here I'm selecting the main method also. Okay, I'm finishing it. See here, get the class. Now comes to our, actually in Java mostly we call it as a method of, okay, we call it as a method, but we can call it as also functions also. Today's new topic is function, okay, and which we can call it as method also. Okay, now what is method or a function? What is method or a function, and why we use this method, why we use this method in the Java? Okay, like method is nothing. See, this is a main method. Okay, public static void main. I am telling right from our first class, this is a main method and it has to be important to run our program. So just like this, we have different if you want to run a code repeatedly, like we want to run a code a certain number of times. So okay, so when we use this method or a functions means when you want to perform a specific operations or any program, so functions we can use this function method, so we can make it reusable. For code reusability, we will create that function and we will maintain that function. We will run this program clear. Okay, like see I will create first, so you can get to know. Like see here, I will create one method now. So for that also we can give the access modifiers, and we can use a public static integer like add. I'm giving the add. Okay, and in this add I'm taking one arguments. Don't worry about all those things here. What I am using here, I will explain it thoroughly. Okay, integer 1 and integer b. See, this is type of int. Public static integer. Yeah, integer A and integer B. Okay. Now it's giving me error. Why? Because here, see, we want to return the value. Okay, integer A and integer B. So what we are doing when we want to add in a two numbers, then here it taking as an arguments, and we need to perform an addition. Okay, we need to perform an addition. So I'm using this function to add two numbers. Okay. Okay, now see here, I have written one method here. Okay, and I need to call that method dynamically to use when this program runs. When you enter dynamically the values, it will call that function. It will call that function and it will return the value. Okay, so here we have used certain keywords, okay, which are nothing but the access modifier of this method. Okay, and this is a return type, and this is a function name. So function name, so to create any function, we use all these components. Okay, now access modifiers. First comes to our access modifiers. So previously also said public means it accessible for any class, like not only for method class, not only for method. In this package, whatever you class create, you can access this method. Okay, why we have here, we are given the access modifier as public. So same like this, we have four types: private, protected, and default. Default also we can use the, so default, if you remove this is a default method. So by default it can access through the same classes within this package. So protected, we have one more access modifier. It is nothing but protected. Okay, and this is also we can use it within the package and by all the subclasses. And we have one more access modifier as private. Okay, and here we have the private. I will share all this information to you. Okay, private means this method can be used in this method itself. Okay, in this method itself, here we have defined this method, right? So it will be used in this class itself, not outside of any class, because we have given the access modifier as private. If you given this access modifier as public, so it can be used in any class within this package. Okay, this is about the access modifiers. And the return type means here we have given one return type. Why we are giving here return type means, if if this functions returns anything, when you call this function, it returns any value, so you need to write the return type as a integer, or if you are returning any string, so we have to give the string values here. Okay, if you are not returning any value, So when I access this method, if you're not returning any value, you can simply, like, see here I'm using a plus b. Okay, so, a plus b. Now see here I'm not returning the any value, just commented. See here I'm not returning the value. I am what I'm doing, I'm printing this value in the console. So when you have written this, when you are not returning any value, see here it's getting already error, because you have said here earlier it will compulsory return the value type of integer. So here I'm not returning the value, I'm printing the value. So in this case you have to use it here void. Okay, you have to use what? Void. Means void will tell that method here I'm not returning the any values, because I'm printing that value. If you are printing that value, or if you have any values, okay, if you're not returning, then you have to compulsory use a void. Okay, void keyword. And this is in a name of the function name. Okay, naming convention should be always starting with a lower letter. Okay, like a camel case. Camel case is not, right? Camel case is nothing but camel case. Camel case means you have to start the letter with small letter, and if you want to add any other word, you have to start with the capital letter. This is nothing but a camel case. Okay, the naming convention should be in the camel case only, and you have to use a proper names for the methods. Okay, this is a method we want to, and I will remove this, and I will remove this. Okay, so here see it giving me error. Why? Because it is returning the value and this value type is integer. So here we need to write the integer. Okay, this is how we will define one method. Method mostly we use it for reusable codes, and based on, see, based on these variables also we have different types of methods, Nana. Like we can create using these variables, or we can use without these variables also. Just by calling this function we can print something. Like I will show you one example, right? Assume- okay, now based on inputs, right? Like see, based on our input, mm, here we are passing the input, right? Without passing input, like I will create here like a public. Okay, public static, public static void greet or something. So here not using any parameters, like I'm not giving any inputs to this method. See here I have given values. Okay, based on this values only it has returned me the a plus b. Here I'm not returning any values. I'm simply, I will print as system dot print ln of hello Java workshop students. See, here I'm printing and directly printing the value like hello Java workshop students, so that I have used here void without no input. Okay, without no input. So here I have given the static. Okay, one static word. In, if you're not given the static keyword, okay, if you're not given the static, still it works. But when you want to call this, like see, I will show you, like when you want to call this function. Okay, like see here will use as greet. Here I am ending this. Okay, see here one, this is one method, right? See, this is one method, and here we have also one more method, and I will call that method also here. Like simply give the name of that method. Okay, But here we, in this add method, we need to pass a two values, right? Here we need to pass a two values. One is a value and one is b value. So here I will give the values as 12 comma 13. 12 comma 13. See, here the error was gone. Here we are not getting any error, but here we are getting the error. See, cannot make a static reference to the non-static method. See, because this method is not a static method. Okay, to use a static method in our main class, we need to create the objects. Okay, to create the object, we have same I explained to you, right? Like in the scanner class, like m equals to new math. So I have created now one object. So by using that object, we can call the non-static methods. See, here the error was gone. But here I didn't use any object. Okay, here I didn't use any object, even though I can call this method in my main method. Why? Why? Because the statics, okay, the static methods are independent of the objects. Okay, static, I will write here, static methods, static methods are individual, or else we can write the static methods are non-dependent. So non-dependent or independent or both are okay. Static methods are non-dependent on objects. Okay, non-static methods are dependent on objects. So when you want to call a non-static method, so you need to create the object. This is a creation of the object, Nana. So when you want to create an object of a class, so this is the syntax. You need to create the object. So this is a class name and this is the object name. So new class name. So the object will be created. So this is creation of object. Okay. So you understand, right? Here we have the two methods, right? One is a static method and one is a non-static method. The static methods are non-dependent on object. So without creating any object also, you can call the static methods. But non-static methods, here this is a great is a non-static method. So if you want to call this method in your program, so you have to create an object compulsory. Okay, understand, right? Static methods and non-static methods. Static methods can be called without creation of objects. So static methods are non-independent of objects, but non-static methods are depending on the object. So you need to create an object. You need to create the object, then only you can call the non-static methods. But in the case of non-static methods, you don't need to create any object. So we will run this and we will see what it will print, what the output is. See, here we are getting hello Java workshop only, means the first method only we are getting. But in the case of add, here I call this method also and returning the, it has returning the value also. But here we didn't get any output because here this function is returning the value. So we need to store that in any variable. So here we need to declare one variable and integer c equals to add 12 13. So when you call this function, it will pass this 12 and 13 values to integer a and integer b. So here a value is 12 and 13, b as a 13, and it will do the operation. Okay, then it will return the total value like 25. Okay, it will return the value, so it has stored in the integer c. Now by using system dot out dot println of c, so now it will print our value. See, let us see this Java application. See, here we get the output of the both the functions. Like here we use the non-static. Okay, one second. camel case. I explained it right now, no? Camel case here. See, this is a camel case. Camel case is nothing but the we use that format to create the to 1 second, to create the method name. Yeah, okay. Now see here we have different types. Like here I have taken the inputs and here I have taken no inputs. So in this case, we have printed directly. We are not returning any values. Okay. Now with with the no input, we have different parameters like no input, with input, no output. Okay. So you can so here we will use this type, and I will share all the other documents so you can see on that. Now we have built-in functions. Okay, like in previous they are predefined functions, so those are nothing but functions provided by the Java libraries. Okay, this is one of that example, like system dot or dot println is a one of the method. Okay, predefined methods, predefined 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 methods means those are previously defined already in the Java libraries. Okay, so which is nothing but one is system.out.println, and we have mathematic to perform any mathematical operations. We have different methods. Okay, now provided by Java libraries. Okay, we have predefined methods in Java. Now these are user defined. Okay, one is based on these are separated by functionality. Based on functionalities we can define, we have different types. Like predefined methods are provided by Java, previously they will define all those. When we create like functions created by us, so those will called as user defined. Okay, user defined methods. So here this method I have created, so it is called as a user defined. So these predefined methods like system.out.println, we are using it because it has already in the Java library. So we are using that because the Java developers has created that method. Okay, and so this is the functions we created, and these are all the methods, the predefined methods. Okay, now how actually functions works means, see here the function declaration, here the function declaration in this program, we are using its name. Okay, and with the parameters and the body, this is how it works. Like when you call that, okay, when you call that by its name by passing the values. Okay, here we are using parameters, right? So by passing the values and inside the method based on the body, this will works. Okay, mostly the method will work with its name and by passing the values. Okay, if there is parameters, then only we have to pass the values. If there is no parameters, there is no need to pass any values. Okay, now this is how, this is one example. Okay, like most like advantages, what are the advantages by using this methods means, we can use the same code repeated repeated times, like a reusable codes. If you want to use this method in any other class, we can use this. And easy. Okay, when you get any errors, okay, identifying errors, you can go to this function. Okay, you can go to this method and we can change whatever we have did. Okay, now we will do one example then. So see why I will create one class, and will show you as a from practice. Then practice, and here I'm selecting the main method. Here I have selected the main method also. Okay, now we will do same for what we will do for what the function we will write function one as same values, or like see we will give the wait 1 second then. Okay, we will do multiplication then. So it's simple and easy to understand you also. See here I'm using public. I'm creating one function. Okay. I'm creating one function to multiply to multiplication of the two numbers. So then I will give here comment as what I will give is as a like function. Okay, function to multiply. Okay, here we will write one function to multiply integer multi. See, camel case is nothing but, see, I am explaining once again here. Here I am starting my function name with a small letter. Okay, so multi. Okay, this is one word. And if you want to start any other word, so you need to start with a capital letter. So this is nothing but a camel case. C is first one, has to be small, and if you want to start another word to that your name, so it has to be with a camel case. So to this method we have to two numbers. So one is integer and another one also integer, a and b. So here multiply form, so it will return the integer value, so that it asking us to write a return. So what we have to do, we have to multiply between a and b, a into b. So we will return this value. Now, so you can give the values like here itself, like integer multi equals to, you can call this. Okay, you can call this method. How can you call the method or a function? By its name, by its name, multi-form. Okay, multi-form. So here we need to pass two values. Here we need to pass two values to that function. So for that I am using 10 comma 5. Okay, 10 comma 5 and ending with a semicolon. Or here I am giving the values. Okay, here I am giving the values dynamically, sorry, statically. What if you want to give the values dynamically? Dynamically means what? When you run this program, whatever the numbers you want to multiply, it has to be taken from the user from the console. So for that we use the scanner, right? Okay, to take the input from the user we use a scanner. To use the scanner class, first what we have to do, we have to import the scanner class, which is nothing but import java dot util dot scanner, util dot scanner. So here the scanner class, we need to create what? We need to create an object for the scanner class, which is nothing but, this is a class name and this is an object variable. Okay, sc equals to new keyword. Okay, we need to use a new keyword and the class name, and inside this parameter, from where we are taking the inputs, from the system console, right? System dot in. Okay, system dot in. Now by using this, okay, now by using this sc, we can take the two numbers. Okay, we can take the two numbers from the user. So how we will take the numbers in this scanner? So to take the scan, by using this scanner sc dot, so if you want to take the number from the user like integer, so we will use the next int, next int, next int method. And what we have to do, when the user enter this number, so we need to store that number, right? So I am giving here integer a equals to sc dot next int. So we need to tell the user what he has to enter. So for that reason I am using system output statement to know what the user has to enter. So in this, I will enter the first number, what you want to multiply, enter the first number. So by seeing the string, he will enter one number. So by using the scanner object, we will get that number and it will be stored in the A. And after storing that number, again I will tell the user to enter the second number. Okay, I will tell him to enter the second number, enter the second number. Okay, enter the second number. Okay, by using this string again he will enter another number, right? So for that I am using second number in the integer b by using scanner object sc dot. So again he will enter the string, enters the integer value, so I am using int method. Now, see here the one value is stored in this and the second value is stored in the b variable. So by using these two values, now here I'm giving integer multiply. I'm calling this, okay, I'm calling this method and I will pass the values dynamically, like which is nothing but a comma b. Okay, a comma b. Then we will print this output system dot out dot print ln as, and here multiplication of two numbers are, okay, what, where the answer will be stored, the answer will be stored in the multi, right? Because when you call this function, the two values a and b will be sent to these variables, and to when the values are passed, the block of the code it will execute and it will return the value of that multiplication and it will be stored in the multi variable. So now by using this I will print this. Okay, understand, right, everybody? I will explain once again. See carefully. First, I have defined one function. Okay. And this is a static method. Why? Because without creating object, we need to use this method. So I am using static keyword and return type is integer, because after multiplication, it will return the integer value. So here I'm using two parameters, which is nothing but a and b. So when you call this function by its name, compulsory you have to pass it two values into these parameters. Okay, this is a function definition. And by using the scanner class, we will take the input from the user from our console. Okay, to take the input from the user in the console, we will use this scanner. To use this scanner class, we will import the scanner class in our program. Okay, next we will print some string. Okay, what we have, what we are expecting the user, what we are expecting from the user, we will print this, like what, enter the first number. Okay, so he will enter the number. We will see by running it. Okay, I will run as Java application. See here I'm getting, when I run this program, it is executing this line after entering the number itself only, then only it will go. So when I enter the number in here, the 10 will be stored in the a. Now here what, a equals to 10. Okay, then when I click here enter, here I'm getting the second string, enter the second number. Okay, then when I enter the second number, okay, when I enter the second number, it will go. See here directly it has given me multiplication of two numbers are 50, because here the b will be 5. Okay, and the a value is 10 and the b value is 5. So when we call this method and store that value in the multi, when you call this method, we are sending two values, which is nothing but a and b. Here the a has taken from the user and the b has taken from the user itself. so that it has easy to us to take. Like if you want to see, if we are given any values by default itself, so that when the program runs we need to change for every program. Like for example, see here, I will give the data as 10 and 20, and when I run this program, or else I will wait, I will just use it as, okay, I have commented that values, so I will run this value and it will show. These are the static values. Okay, these are the static values. So it has giving me same error. If I want, if I have run so many times, okay, if again I will run, it will give the same answer, because here I have given the value statically. So if you want to give the values dynamically, we have to use this method. Okay, we need to use this method, which is nothing but scanner class. Okay, I will share this document with you. Okay, understand, right? So we can use, if you want to perform any operations a number of times, so then we will create functions. Okay, we will create the methods. Okay, we can send the values dynamically and we can send the values statically also. Okay, now this is about functions. Okay, it's about like um, see, understand with the real examples. Okay, like just imagine like method is like any machine. We will give the all the raw materials to it, and it will give the product to us. So method is also same like that itself. Okay, we will here we will give the parameters to it, and it will give the output to us. Parameters are nothing but what, if you want to make a coffee, we will give the parameters in the coffee machine, like coffee beans, sugar, all those things, right? Those are called parameters, and it will give the blended coffee, right? So this is the output. So think like that, the function is nothing but like a machine. We will give the parameters and it will give the result. Okay, I will include one example in the text also, okay, in the document, so that you will get. And I will share the document in the morning. So I will give like 2 or 3 programs. Okay, practice that program in the functions. Okay, and if you face any issues regarding this functions topic, let me know. Okay, I will. And this is about today's class, Nana. And if you have any doubts, you can ping me in the chat. I will wait for 2 to 3 minutes more. And if you have if you don't have any doubts, you are good to leave the session. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Yeah, and I will share the documents and the today's class in the, I think the recording class will be shared in the tomorrow morning. I think management will take care of that, and I will share the document in the tomorrow morning. Okay, about functions and the programs. WhatsApp link. Okay, wait, I will send the WhatsApp link now itself. Fratello. She have shared the link in the chat box. If still, if anybody are not joined the WhatsApp, they can join the WhatsApp through this link. Okay, and share with your friends also if they want to join in this group. Share with them also and tell them to join. It's okay. And any doubts, just let me know. I will be available till 6:28. Any questions? Any doubts regarding installations or previous classes? You can just ping me, okay? Okay. Okay, thank you, Samrita. Okay, then let's wrap it. Okay, Nana, thanks. Everybody, thank you.